my name is Frances from Crafty Entrepreneurs YouTube channel. The purpose of this channel is to help the newbie Cricut crafter go pro. So if you're a crafter new to the Cricut world, or if you're a crafter and want to sell the things that you make, this is a great channel for you because there's tons of tips. Today I'm going to talk about craft fair prep. I have a lot of experience with that too. So let me talk about what things that you need to have to get ready for the craft fair. What should you take with you? Okay. So a week before the event that you're going to go to, make sure you have petty cash. I would say if it's a smaller event like a church or something like that, I would have enough change for $100. I say bring an apron with pockets, you know, like those, you've probably seen like the bartenders have these pockets, or the waitresses have these black aprons. Those are really great because they have deep pockets. Or a fanny pack. I personally like the fanny pack. I feel very secure. Now let me show you what I keep in here. Okay, this first one, I keep a lot of handy dandy things. Something to keep my throat moist so I'm not, you know, talking like a frog. You never know when you need it, or if you go to a restroom and there's nothing there. Gum, keeping my mouth fresh. Extra markers, that's so important. Alcohol wipes. Any medications. Baby wipe. Sometimes lotion. I take business cards. All right, and the next pocket of my fanny pack, look what I have. Okay, my petty cash envelope. I actually labeled it 1, 5, 10s, and 20s. In the back, I have just my little stand. I like having a little calculator for anyone who needs it. I usually write down on a piece of paper the breakout, how much petty cash I had. So the last time I took, actually, because I knew I had two events back to back, so I took $135 this time. And so I know what I started, how many ones I had, how many fives, and this is just a, so I do this right before when it's full, and then I do it again after. So the following day, this is how much more money I made. So I made that day, I made 166. So there you go. So it tells me like how much money you make for, that was actually not such a great event. So, and I keep it like this, okay? At the end, I usually keep like an extra $20 for lunch if that's what I need, okay? Any receipts, I put it there, okay? And this goes where? In my fanny pack, okay? If you have a helper, it says, look, you can give them a fanny pack, or you can, so I keep this here, and then I also have my reader, okay? I also make sure I have pens. Put that in there, okay? Again, business cards. All right, so definitely keep those things, and those are in the checklist. You know, you also have, I like it because of the extra pockets, I can just put my cell phone in there as well, and my charger for my, where I take payments. All right, so we talked about the hand sanitizer, a tissue, a Band-Aid, because paper cuts happen. Make sure you check the weather forecast. Okay, that way you can prepare. I always say layers are the best thing, because if it gets warm, you can take it off. If it gets cold, you can layer on. Okay, so always take extra layers. Make sure you invite your current customers. Okay, email, calling, direct message, you name it. Post on your social media. Make sure you charge your credit card reader. Okay, whether it's Square or PayPal, they have readers. You can charge that. Always take water with you. You're gonna be thirsty, right? Take some snacks, meals, or even cash to eat. I said medication and those battery backup, cell phone battery backup chargers, okay? Because if you're back, because you're using it, sometimes you're posting while you're in the event, hey, this is where we at, this is what I got brand new inventory. Kind of get your customers to come to the event. Lipstick and lip balm, if you're male or female, lip balm, perfect, because again, you're constantly talking. If you're outside, bug repellent, right? Sunglasses, a hat. So I wear these, I mean, these are transitional, so I don't have to be swapping sunglasses, but if the sun is hitting me directly, I'm gonna be squinting. And this is not a pretty face. squinting like this, right? So I wear a hat and it covers the sun from my eyes, and I can continue to smile and have a pretty smile on my face. So definitely a hat or a little fan, right? Money, you like that one? My money fan. And sunblock, right? There you go. So things to set up. One of the things that you should know also, before I forget, this is really, really important. Make sure you have the confirmation and registration forms with you. Well, I have it on my phone. That's fine too. But make sure you have a copy of it. That's really, really helpful, and I'm going to tell you why. Especially if you're in a direct sales company, you may not be allowed to have two of the exact same vendors at the event. And sometimes, you know, vendors don't necessarily know those rules, right? So it is usually based on who registered first. If you have proof of that, then the other person has to leave. So that helps a lot, okay? Setup, okay? You're gonna ask, are they gonna provide tables and chairs, okay? You usually have to provide the tablecloth. Some of them require it goes all the way to the bottom. Some has to say, you know, tablecloth. Others like, we have plastic, you know, worst case scenario. I don't like plastic. It doesn't look good. It makes, I think it makes the table look kind of cheap. The products look cheap even though you've worked hard at creating your beautiful creations. So what I would normally suggest, if you can't afford a really nice fancy tablecloth, I got a tablecloth for $20, a fitted one. But let's say you don't have that, okay? Go to your closet and look for a flat sheet, bed sheet, okay? A twin size bed sheet. Iron it, okay? And lay it down. It'll look nice. It'll be fine, okay? Especially if it's white, that works, okay? Next thing, make sure you have a trash bag. It doesn't have to be a big trash can. If you're there all day, get a big one. But trash bag, you're responsible for the trash, your trash and your customers. And yes, they will leave drinks and all kinds of stuff on your tables. So and their kids too. So make sure you have a trash bag to dispose of it. Other people ask me, hey, do you have a trash bag? And I usually do. Okay. Business signs and banners. So you know how, you know, people know who you are. Price signs, put it all over the place, on your products, all over the place. Sometimes if you're there by yourself, you're a solopreneur and you need to go to use the restroom, you can ask the person next to you, the prices are all there, okay? If you were selling jewelry, make sure you have busts, ring trays, baskets, and extra hooks if you're using any of those types of displays. The next thing I was gonna say is make sure you have safety pins, sewing pins, and T-pins. And you're like, and I remember sharing this with some newbies in the craft one. They're like, why do I need that? So I'm going to show you. First of all, this is a T-pin. Let me show you that. See, it's a T. And as you can see, I put the T-pin here and this hangs nicely. I could put now a bracelet right there. I could put a ring. Oops. There we go. I didn't secure it properly. And I can put a ring, a bracelet, and have a full set. Sets sell really well together. You can do that the same with this type, you know, and it's nice because it all folds. I used to really like these, but they take up so much room. I started going with these, and then I could put the pins much more easily and more securely, and the earrings, and then you could just stack up all up with the jewelry on there. So that's usually really helpful. So T-pins are really awesome, okay? Next thing I would say is contact form or email forms. That is your bread and butter. The more emails you have, more contacts you have, the larger your sales are going to be, okay? Here's why. You should send out information, new products. I mean, I think I showed you Paparazzi. They always have new stuff, right? And it doesn't have to be product you have in the inventory. You can just link it to your website, right? New products, any new promotions if you're going to different events. You could just send it once a week. It doesn't have to be like every day or anything like that. Minimum of once a month. But definitely, I prefer once a week so people remember you exist, you know? But once a week is good, okay? The other thing I was gonna say, well, what if you don't have, you know, a way for them to sign, or the people are not signing it? Well, I would say you can have something like this with a little sign up to win this set. Here's an example. Or a little tchotchke, or looking for hostesses, sign up and get a free gift today. All right, that gets people to do it. I have, I've been in the, I've been selling jewelry for a while, so I have a lot of extra jewelry that I just put aside. And hey, if you sign up to become a hostess today, you get a free piece. Or you sign up for my email, you get a free piece. Or if you sign up for my email and become a hostess, you get 2 free pieces. Boom, I start getting emails. There's no purchase required, so that's pretty cool. Other people would just kind of wait. Oh, we're raffling this off, and then wait. Okay, great. I told you about, okay, so other thing I do is I have a little pencil case, a little plastic pencil case in there. I'll have scissors, tape, markers, stuff like that, okay? So I would have paper clips, things like that. Sometimes before I got the T-pins, I actually used to put paper clips, like a silver paper clip, and then hang everything. But I just think this looks more elegant, so there you go. So it took me a while. I was like, I was trying to say, I'd stretch my dollars too, So there you go. If you don't, you can use paper clips. And I also like that because sometimes when it's windy and you have your forms, what will end up happening is things starts flying up, but if you paper clip it, it doesn't fly. So there you go, there's another tip. Also, I've used binder clips at the end of pegboards and nothing flies off. And rubber bands too. I put rubber bands and it doesn't fly. Another trick. What's next? Make sure, so prize basket, bags for your customers' merchandise. Make sure you bring all your merchandise. Sometimes I forgot like the rings, or I forgot whatever, bracelets. Sometimes I forget bracelets for some reason. Cell phone chargers and your cell phone, make sure that's in there. And really cool thing about this, if you put this in a page protector, you can use a whiteboard marker and just start crossing off everything that you have, okay? Power strip for long cord, especially if you're using your Cricut machine to personalize things, that's gonna be really useful, especially if it's extra long. Well, the only one we have is all the way over there. Okay, can I bring one? And then you can put tape down and it works. It's really nice. You can put your long extension cord. I've done that, it's been useful. Okay. Cleaning wipes, baby wipes, you saw it. You don't have to be a big thing, but usually I have alcohol wipes to wipe down everything, pens and everything, okay? If you're going to be outside, definitely have a pop-up tent. And I would recommend, if you're gonna get a pop-up tent, you must have weights. And I'm gonna tell you why. If the wind comes, there goes your tent. And I've seen this happen at events, and I had someone just the last event tell me that happened to them. So have those weights, don't go cheap on that. A lot of events, here in Pennsylvania at least, especially when they're like street events, they want everyone to have white tents. I know different colored tents, oh, they can spot it if I have a blue or red or pink or yellow or what. Yes, but you have to find out. Some of the larger ones require white tents, so everything will look uniform. Others don't care. Churches usually don't care, as long as it's you can bring a tent or not bring a tent. So there you go. So I usually get the ones with the windows. I never put all 4 windows, all 4 panels or all 3 panels. I usually put 2, only because I've learned just from talking with other vendors that if you put all the wall, at least 3 of the walls up, it builds extra pressure and could force the tent to go on windy days. So always keep like two panels, no more than 2 panels. That's just a trick. Some people do. I'm just letting you know what I do. All right. And I also get stakes. You can get a set of those from Amazon. And I get like one of those soft hammers to put that in. Trust me. So I put the stakes in, I put the weights in, and the person says, wow, that's really smart. You've got everything. I says, I lost my tent last week, and I'm like, yeah, and now you have to buy a whole new tent. So there's another couple $100 gone. And if someone gets hurt or it hits someone's car, you're responsible for those damages. So now goes to the next thing. You probably need insurance. You can get insurance, just business insurance just for events. You can get business insurance for events and inventory and damages and health and all that stuff. Look into it. Find out what your local insurance agent that sells commercial insurance. It must be commercial, not personal lines. It's commercial insurance that does that. Not all insurance carriers do that. Luckily I found at least 3 locally. One that just does events, like a one-time event or a series of events, and one that does both, that does inventory at home and goods. So I thought that was good enough for me. Okay, just a thought, just in case. But I've never had my tent fly because the way I secure it, even on really windy days where everyone else has lost it. Well, not everyone else, but other people have lost their tents. All right, so we talked about that. All right, so again, you might also bring with you zip ties. I find them very useful, especially to put up banners, rope, and bungee cords to just kind of secure things. I put rope for my banner, okay? Safety pins. So let's say I'm indoors, okay? I'm indoors. There's no place for me to put this, right? I could use a safety pin and use my safety pin with the cloth, and this will hold it up, okay? And then I just tie this to give it extra security, especially on the, but I usually put this with the wall behind it so it doesn't like fly around, but I use rope as well to secure it. So there you go, okay? Make sure you have your business cards, any promotional flyers. If you have jewelry, make sure you have a jewelry repair kit, at least some pliers and the backs of the earrings, because those tend to be the most, use them the most, okay, when that happens. If you do like hostess parties, like parties, shows in people's houses or events, exchange your information as well. Have your calendar. I've seen people use like the foam board. They sell them at the Dollar Tree, and they actually make, hey, hostess rewards, really decorated, put it on a stand to get hostesses for those on these dates, and you get a little tchotchke for that. A little, little gift for signing up. If you're like me, I live in the Northeast. Like I said, I live in Pennsylvania. In the fall, things get a little darker early, right? It could be 9 o'clock and it's still dark outside. It's 4 o'clock in the evening and it's starting to get dark. So having battery operated flashlights or other LED lights, okay? Go to Amazon, check it out. There's plenty out there. Some that clips, it's pretty cool the way they have that. So trust me, I've had to help people with this, with flashlights and lights and everything. There was one event, they put me in a corner and it was dark and I'm like, people are not gonna see my goods. So I went and luckily I have always extra, like I told you guys, I always have extra lights and I put flashlights and things like that, and it's illuminated my table. And the guy was like, that's such a good idea, because there's like no power strips around here and you've got light. And I'm like, yes, I know, thank you. So there you go, so that has saved me as well. Make sure you have a dolly or cart so you can transport your goods and your merchandise from the event to your car. All right, those are pretty self-explanatory. Signage, very important to put signage and price all your goods, okay? The other thing that I've learned, so I also have like a cheat sheet. I've done this for my, probably should show you my home goods one. I have a price list, okay, included with the tax, if you're collecting tax. I usually have hostess sign in a sheet what to expect for a home. If I'm doing fundraisers, I have information on that, and I carry that with me. The other thing that I do, it's not on the checklist, is I create my own scan codes. So one is for my website. Oh, you don't see what you like? Guess what? Let's order right now. You have a smartphone? Yes. Click. And then immediately go in. Payment options, you can collect credit cards easily, even without a credit card reader. A lot of like Square and PayPal allow you to do it manually. So if you forget and I actually helped someone who was new. She's like, but I didn't get my thing. I don't know how to collect payments. And I just said, open up your app. This is how you collect it manually. She's like, oh, thank you. So there you go. So the other thing is, your store, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Square, they all have a place where you have a unique QR code. You have a unique QR code. Copy and paste it onto a Word document and with your logo, print it out, and this will be easy checkout. Oh, because guess what? I have a price sheet with the tax and I have a quick payment. Even someone who helps me can do that, okay? So sometimes I'll have my husband help me while I go to the restroom real quick, and there's a customer, oh, this is the price, and you can pay these different ways. That's it. How would you like to pay? Cash or credit card? Which way would you like to pay? They click it, send the dollar amount, they get a receipt, you get a receipt, everyone's happy. So this is really helpful, and as you can see, it's just a piece of paper in a covered, protected, in a folder with information. If you do custom work, I always have copies of examples of that. I got this from the Dollar Tree too, and it has protective sheets already. You can create a binder with protective sheets in there with forms. And I'll talk to you guys about a different one of a form that I created for like when I'm making custom tumblers or mugs, and so I have my own price sheet on that, and I'll show you how to do that if you're interested, or if you're interested in finding where do I find my QR codes, let me know and I will help you with that. If you have any other questions or any suggestions that I missed, please put it down in the comments. I'd love for us to support one another, and happy crafting. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like.